What's up, lady? Do you know what's happening? I'm about to go ahead and refresh your cleaner insects. Got a whole big tank down here. And it's got a lot of powder orange isopods. And some springtails. Move some dirt around. Oh, there goes one of them. Yeah, that little guy. Look at little guy go. Little powder orange isopod. There's more in the dirt and stuff too. So we're going to move some of these guys over into the lady's thing so we can refresh the genetics of that. And these teeny tiny white bugs. Teeny tiny white bugs. Yep, those little teeny guys crawling around. Those are called springtails. They are also wonderful cleaners. And they are all for helping her stay clean. Alright, so we're going to start with this right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on down and right down in there. See that? That is all dirt filled with all sorts of good little cleaners in here. You're not going to see them up close, but what I'm about to do, I'm sorry if you guys are a little squeamish to dirt or something, but I need to get this done. And I'm going to show you how I do it. I wash my hands afterwards, but this dirt's all cleaner insects and stuff like that. It's good just to grab loose handfuls of dirt, not big grips. And it's good to have like a tank for extra cleaner bugs, because you need to refresh their genetics every 6 to 8 months. I mean, you can get away with like a year's worth of stuff, but yeah, you can see, well, you can't see, but I'll show you. There's all sorts of little roots and stuff in here that I put in here for them to eat. And I know you guys enjoy looking at the back of my hair, I'm sure. All of my absolute nothing going on back there. Alright. Hopefully, you guys can see what I'm kind of doing here. I'm not gripping it, I'm not squeezing it. I don't want to really get them bad off. Take that. There's still a couple I can see just crawling around right there. We're going to let them be, because this same process is going to be done for the frogs and for my Cuban false chameleon, because they three also, or all three of the enclosures are all vivariums. Alrighty. Now the dirt's here, all set up. We're going to go looking right back this way. Yeah, look at that. Who needs to make cuts? Not I, said the cat. We'll go backing it out right fast. Alright. So now from here, I'm going to grab some of this dirt, and in the same process I took it in to here, put it on out. I'm going to squeak on by. That's why I said squeak on by. That thing is a squeaky old door. This is an old enclosure. This stuff held up so nice. It is Exoterra brand, so as far as my experiences, they have been very, very good. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop them off on the humid side, because these guys dry out pretty quickly, so I want to give them the best chance they have to be able to start crawling around and, you know, making more. You want them to do good, so you want to give them their best chance. So they like humid, which is why even with the leopard gecko, who normally likes a dry sort of vivarium, it's a 40-gallon, so I can afford to make this side a little bit moist. There is a light right here, but it's a UVB. It's for the plant, and it's for mostly lady for her day-night cycles, you know, making her feel comfortable with everything. You do want to kind of recreate some sort of natural environment, you know, what they would see in the wild. And right there, that's just a bundle of stuff. That's actually an old paper towel. Oh no, an isopod fell in the water. There you go, buddy. Yeah, the isopods are all coming out. So let me show you guys real quick with these isopods. Now that they're coming out of their thing, I'm going to take this, I'm going to move it on in. Now that my hands are dirty, let's go ahead and make my phone dirty too, huh? How about that? Woo! There we go. Alright. And then these guys, here you are. So the new bundle of guys coming in. That's almost a bluish one, because I did mix powder blues with powder oranges. So sometimes they will have a mixed coloring like that, or even sometimes spots. Got some dirt in that water, so I'm going to kind of give these guys this water real fast, dump that. And yeah, you can see, I don't try to move that too much, but there's a whole bunch of springtails down there. All those little tiny white bugs moving around. All of these guys are excellent for cleaning shed, any leftover poops, any food that doesn't make it in her belly and she leaves uneaten. Isn't that right, Missy? Sometimes you like not to eat all your stuff. Hi, I need to clean your glass too, don't I? Well, I'm not looking at you through that. Just water though, right? I'm not gonna use any chemicals. Hi, you were so adorable, you know that? You're like a little cute dinosaur. You look like a baby dinosaur. You have a tiny bit of stuck shut at the very end of your lips, don't you? Don't you? We're gonna have to take care of that. Yes, we are. But not right now. I need to finish this. Hi, you. You want to show people how we get shut off of weird spots and stuff? Oh, no, you know something not going to be normal with what's going to happen. But you do know you have to do this sometimes, especially when you got stuck shut at the end of your nose. See, got that little tiny white spot. So, what we do, this is the chlorinated water. I used, show you real quick. It's right behind me somewhere. Where'd it go? It's the Stress Coat from the one brand. Okay, well, either Stress Coat from Epic or the Reptisafe brand is great for dechlorinating water for reptiles. I would recommend one of those two. What I like to do is, it's dechlorinated water, especially if I'm going towards her face. Hi, lady. And then we just kind of bring it in nice and close. Kind of want her to recognize that it's not a threat. And even if she bites at it or something. So, yep. Oh, I'm sorry. And sometimes you have to work with their movements. It's hard for me to do while I have the camera on her. So, there we go. You want to dab some of that nice and easy on the nose. Yeah, they're going to do stuff like that. So, a good way to keep them if you're holding them is you can kind of do like a nice little loose ring like this around the neck to keep them still. I'm not going to really worry about do that to her right now because her and I have done this before. And she just kind of, you know, she kind of lets me do that. They're not going to always be this agreeable. And you can see how gently I'm rubbing it across. Really, I'm just trying to get the moisture on her nose. And she keeps jerking back and stuff too. Thankfully, it's at the very end. So by doing that periodically and letting her lick at it and stuff and keeping nice full fresh water and everything, especially after just giving her some nice new humid earth to kind of give her some new cleaners, because I saw the isopods in this tank. Or not tank, sorry. I'm saying tank because I'm about to show you guys the fish tank. Any water not used will go right into here. I let it overflow. It helps water the natural bamboo, the lucky bamboo that's right here. Nice and waterized. Excellent. Now let me show you guys the other thing that we have been kind of talking about lately. The fish tank. So thankfully, with the type of lighting I was able to get together, you don't really have much glare going on. So I'm waving in front of it. You can barely see if you do notice. I mean, maybe some of y'all with some high resolution stuff and some sleuth and you can see what's going on behind here. But it's nothing crazy. It's just me. But a lot of it's cut away, as you can see. So what we are doing, what I'm showing you, I did go ahead, clean up, and do more removal of some old plants from the bottom. Found a lot of moss and moved it back into that spot here. Did take a couple of the ferns that are still doing okay and kind of plant them there. I've been taking more of the sludgy, mucky stuff out too because, yeah, it's good for plants and everything, especially these leaves of these Java ferns and stuff starting to come in. And the leaves are extra fun because if we kind of zoom in, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a little murky still. I do apologize. There's a little baby on there. The sediment's still floating around. So, yeah, a lot of loose dirt stuff that kind of got mixed up is now kind of floating around still. And I took care of this like an hour ago, kind of a thing, worked more with it. But what really is going on with the plants and stuff, I'm doing a lot of floaters right now because down at the bottom, things are trying to get back to normal. What happened was, if you guys were keeping up, I did have a snail invasion of the Malaysian snails, the trumpet snails, and then a bunch of them died. So what happened was some whitebeard algae took over, and it kind of killed off a lot of the pest snails and stuff, which was okay. I wasn't trying to have them in a tank, but at the same point, that is a lot of ammonias and stuff in the water, because when these little pest snails kind of fade away, they actually put a lot of yuck out into the water, and it kind of destroys your parameters. So, and that, because my coolie loaches were also kind of under, they got hit real hard, got sick, and they did not make it through either, which had me super bummed. I love my coolie loaches. My noodles would play in the bubbles. I have the bubbles off right now because I'm letting the sediment settle. And you can see the bladder snails are still kind of around. Thankfully, my ghost shrimp, you know, they did well with the parameter shift. They came up towards the top, and now they're all over the place. Now that things have kind of calmed down and things are good. You see the copepods, little white things crawling around, are still doing very good. My water has settled nicely. Unexpected shifts can happen, and I didn't think it would happen from a little pest snail invasion that I had. So we're fixing it up and we're putting things back together. This is a dark water tank, black water tank. It is like this on purpose. Yes, there is some algae and stuff purposely on the other glasses outside of the viewing glass. That is because it is beneficial right now, especially because my plants, a lot of them took a beating, and pretty much all the rooted plants did not make it through what happened because of how the stuff settles at the bottom, starts rising to the top if you don't do anything about it. And thankfully I had experience and was able to catch it. I can't smell. I don't have a sense of smell, so I couldn't smell if the tank was changing or anything. And I don't think it really did because my roommate didn't say anything about it. So what is good with the tank now is it's still clear. It is this brownish thing on purpose. The ghost shrimp and the Corridora catfishes love it. And I have the one guppy in here still. That dude's just doing his thing up towards the top. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. Right there, just hanging out, being a little guy. So yeah, the tank is doing good. And if you've been keeping up with it and you watched it between when it was first put together with the nice clear waters to the bacterial bloom to adding the tannins to another bacterial bloom, the level has settled. And my natural, almost dirty-ish tank is doing very good. Another cool thing about this kind of water, it's so easy to find the ghost shrimp when they come up to say hello. How you doing, friend? You a crustacean. Oh, she's all tuckered out and kind of done with today. Yeah, I know. You have new stuff. We're gonna get that stuff off your nose after a couple more dips on the little towel. I guess it's, yeah, paper towel. What's a paper towel? I almost called it toilet paper. Don't know why. But you guys saw what we did earlier to help her out. And yeah, I don't want to bother her too much more. Oh, guess she's coming out to say goodbye. All right. We'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.